understand why this keeps happening. You don't deserve it. You're gonna find love. You deserve better, and what's meant to be will be. Just think positive, and you'll get through it. Stacey, love you. Love you too.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Darcey and Stacey edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host, the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? And I'm sad.
What you say? Because it's over?
Yes, it's over. I mean, I hope we'll get more of these sisters.
I thought you were sad because... why does this keep happening to me? I feel like if we covered Darcey and Stacey for another 20 seasons, let's say, that intro will still apply.
Oh, yeah. It would still be relevant.
It's the circle of Darcey's life. Mm-hmm. Why does this keep happening to me? You'll find love. You'll find love.
I'm wondering, if there is going to be another season, which I'm sure there will be. This is good. This shit is good.
We talked about it a little bit on the before the 90-day podcast.
Yes.
During the By the Way, and how we kind of saw that everyone was in Miami. We didn't see a photo of everyone together, but we saw people. We saw Darcey. We saw Georgie. We saw them posting they were in Miami. And we thought, why would they be all in Miami if they're not together? Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can watch another season of Darcey and Georgie.
Unless they are getting married. I don't want to watch another season of Darcey trying to be with Georgie, right? Because it's same old. But I could watch the wedding, right? I could watch the twin wedding, the planning, and see if they're going to make it.
I guess I could get behind that, but there's only so many times. You know, what's the old saying? Fool me once, shame on me. Mm-hmm. Fool me twice.
Shame on you.
Shame.
But... yes, I'm with you. Another season of Darcey trying to make it work with Georgie would be tiring. However, as I said, either the wedding or a possible new man.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, let's see what happens. They didn't tease anything. There was no coming in May of 2022, so we have to wait. We'll see.
Oh, for sure. And now the borders are open, so she can bring a foreigner over if she wanted to. She loves foreign men.
Love in a hopeless place. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the world's her oyster. We'll see what happens. We have ourselves a tell-all. Borean tried to make it not so much of a tell-all. He wanted more of a shush-all. He wanted people to shush. Do not tell anything. Do not talk. But fortunately for us, unfortunately for Borean, it was not a shush-all. We got somewhat more of a tell-all.
I love how Borean expresses himself. However, he needs English lessons.
Bad. I'll watch
really
that.
Bad.
Talk about a spinoff. How about Borean takes English class?
Oh, no, you would hate it. You would hate it because you would be just yelling at the TV and correcting him.
Yeah,
you could not take it. But he needs English lessons. And hey, there is part of me that understands that when you're trying to get a thought out, right, and your English is imperfect, you're trying to just say anything just so you can get it out, and it's frustrating, and you're going to end up not making any sense. Guilty. Been there, done that. And it still happens to me sometimes that I'm gasping for words. Okay. Not as often, but I have my moments when I'm really trying to get my thoughts out, and I'm not getting... the right words are not getting to me, right? But I think my English is decent, but I've been there. I understand the struggles when you are upset or passionate or whatever. You just want to get it all out, but you can't because you don't have the vocabulary, and that's his issue.
Yeah.
I can see what he's trying to say, but at the end of the day, it's wait, what?
But you can see what he's trying to say because there's subtitles. If he didn't have subtitles,
very true.
Understand? You would not understand. Okay? We have the luxury of subtitles. Jesse, Tom, Stacey, they do not.
Yeah, I think Stacey got used to him. So I think she speaks Borean, and same for Darcey, right? But he needs English lessons. Don't waste money on headshots for modeling agencies. No. Get him to school.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we'll get into it. We'll get into the shush-all in a second. Before we do, make sure you guys are following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Everything is happening on Instagram when it comes to us, when it comes to Married to Reality. It's the memes, it's the news, it's the updates. You guys message us. So make sure you're following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening right now. It's so easy to do. You'll never miss an episode as long as you're following us. So just look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as this season because it was hot and it's the end. I'm sad, but I'm looking towards the future.
It was as hot as Miami. It was as hot as Miami swim week.
What are you doing?
I'm doing you.
What are you doing?
Oh, am I stealing your thunder?
Like, you are stealing my thunder.
I apologize. It's teamwork. We're collaborating.
That's very true.
Okay?
Very true.
Smash it like it's hot. All right. Also, press that plus sign button. Don't forget about that. Last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. It is the nicest thing you can do for this podcast. It's somebody's birthday this week, and she would like nothing more than a 5-star review for her birthday.
Yes, guys. I'm a March baby. It's my birthday week. And next week will be John's birthday week. So you can leave a review for both of us.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what to say, you can say happy birthday, you guys.
What were you about to say? You're like, you freaks.
I was gonna do it at Home Alone, you filthy animals, but then I'm like, that's not who we are.
Oh, we're a little filthy.
Oh, just between you and I.
We're a little filthy. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for the reviews. It does mean a lot to us.
It sure does. And yeah, guys, you want to give us a gift? This is it.
The gift of 5 stars.
And also, spread the love.
Spread the love.
Share the love.
Share the love.
Spread the word.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm ready to dive in.
Let's get into this.
Okay, before we start, I'm going to tell you this little story. It's quick. It has something to do with outfits, the segment.
Okay.
Right? I love shopping, obviously, right? And because I always search for clothes, I keep getting all these ads from stores I shop at, like Zara and Nordstrom.
Oh, boy.
Right?
Quit bragging.
What are you talking about?
Nordstrom, you're so posh over there.
I'm not that posh. They carry different brands.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So I saw a Nordstrom ad for the dresses they were wearing.
Oh.
And the ad literally showed both of these dresses in the black and maroon, and it was like $67 a dress.
No way. At Nordstrom or Nordstrom Rack?
Nordstrom. The exact same dresses. So unless that's just like a knockoff of whatever Darcey and Stacey were wearing. But I just found it funny. Sequin dresses, mini dresses, long sleeve, black and maroon.
Did you take a screenshot?
I did, but I don't know where my phone is.
Maybe we can post it later.
But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, these are the dresses that the sisters are wearing in the tell-all.
Yeah. Look
Right?
at that. Yeah. Beautiful.
Did you like my story?
Sure. All right. Should we get into it?
Let's do it.
We pick up where we left off. Octavia is on the couch, Georgie's ex, and they're talking about how Georgie is quite the flirt, to which Darcey agrees. He has a flirtatious side. She says he considers it networking. When he's out flirting, he says he's networking. He's net-twerking, if you will. But Darcey says no, that's him flirting.
Yeah. I mean, there are jobs that you need to flirt. Like being a bartender, for example, you need to flirt.
Touché.
But you need to know how to flirt without crossing lines, right? But
Sure.
bartenders have to be flirtatious.
Yeah.
Or polite, chatty. It depends. Like read the audience. If a couple is sitting at the bar, you don't have to flirt, right?
Yep.
You're being polite. But if a single girl or a guy sit at the bar, you bring the game on to get the tips. But I was just going to say, you don't need to flirt to network.
Yeah. If you're a masseuse and you're flirting, your massage may come with a happy ending.
Jesus.
What?
That's a different massage.
Well, Georgie's a different type of masseuse.
That would cost extra.
How would you know?
I don't know. Like if your hand slips on the oil.
On the Bulgarian rose oil? On the Bulgarian rose oil? Yeah, it may. Who knows? Okay, so they're talking about networking, and Borean is like, well, listen, to network, you need to talk. Understand? And Octavia goes, okay, you can't mansplain this. For the love of buzzwords, Octavia, okay? Can we speak without using all these buzzwords?
Mansplain?
I
missed it.
I can't stand it. Let me mansplain to you exactly what she did.
That's very sexist.
It's so sexist, right? Can't a person just explain to another person without it being mansplaining? He wasn't doing it in a condescending way. He wasn't saying anything out of turn. He was just saying, oh, yeah, to network, it takes talking.
I mean, look at the world we live in.
I know. We're super sensitive.
About everything.
So sensitive. Stop being so sensitive.
So then Sean asks, like, well, we've been just bashing Georgie this whole time. This is a Georgie bash.
Yeah.
Let's all talk shit about Georgie.
Can everyone go around the room and say one positive thing about Georgie?
But Octavia had a few. She said, well, he can be very charming. He has ways of doing nice things, and he can make you feel very special. And Darcey agrees.
Yeah. She says he's not a bad guy. He just has some bad tendencies.
Yes. And Darcey steps in saying, I know he loves me. Like, I know it. It's just, no, he has his issues.
He definitely has his issues.
I mean, but so does Darcey.
Oh,
so
whole
many issues.
bag.
She is a walk-in issue. And I love her. I love her, but she is a walk-in issue.
We love her because of her issues. If she was just a normal 45-year-old woman from Connecticut.
Like, oh, I don't care about anything, I'll be like, next.
Yeah. We love your issues. We love your issues. We love your tissues. Keep crying.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's
All right.
good.
So Octavia brings up the time she and Georgie met in the city. She felt like Georgie had matured, like he was moving in the right direction. She was happy to see that. So that's a positive. And Darcey says, Georgie, he's kind of alone here in the States.
True.
His family's far away, doesn't have much support.
I can relate.
You can relate. So she's there to support him just the way I'm here to support you.
Yeah, but our relationship is the bomb.
Okay.
Is the bomb the biggest bomb?
Well,
It's the best thing in the world to me.
Okay.
So I do have
I wish you would use a more current buzzword than the bomb. There's something probably in between the bomb and mansplaining, somewhere in the early 2000s.
What's wrong with the bomb?
I don't know. The
It's
90s
bomb.
called. They want their terms back.
You know that I say that, right?
A lot.
I call people my pals.
That's fine. That's becoming. But saying something's the bomb.
I love it.
Can't say bomb on an airplane. Bomb, 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 bomb.
Definitely not.
Meet the parents reference.
Or like you almost got us kicked out of an airplane when you were complaining, making fun of them not giving us hard alcohol.
I wasn't really making fun of them.
No, it was a bad timing, and the flight attendant was just like, you could see her eyes. She was like, "What is he gonna attack me?"
We were on a flight. The waitress or the
flight attendant,
the air waitress came by, and she said, "Do you guys want any drinks?" And the first woman didn't try to order hard alcohol?
Yeah, she asked for vodka.
Yeah.
And it was like, no. And you asked for whiskey. And she was like, no, we don't carry hard alcohol.
And what did I say?
Oh my gosh, I wish I remembered it. I thought I did. You made a comment that she literally, you could see her face. She was horrified because it was after all these issues when people get drunk on the planes and trying to take off their masks and attack flight attendants. And that's why they banned.
Yeah. I feel like I just
alcohol.
said like, oh, you're going to have like 2 unhappy passengers.
Yeah,
you're
like you said something about, okay, well, you just made this row very unhappy or something like that.
But jokingly, I said it.
Yes.
And then I ordered
too soon.
But then I ordered a beer.
Soon. You did, but it was too soon.
It's like you're going to serve beer, but you're not going to serve.
Well, okay. How many Bud Lights do you have to drink to get hammered so you would attack someone?
I don't know, but it's the same alcohol content. If you gave someone a shot of whiskey, it's the same as giving someone a can of IPA, which is what I ordered.
That's not true at all.
Of course it is. You ever see the little diagram that's like 1 beer is equal to 1 shot that's equal to 1 glass of wine?
No.
Of course it is. That's why it's
That's
ABV.
why you have the alcohol percentage.
Exactly. Alcohol by volume.
So whiskey is like 40+%.
But they give you just a smidge of it.
That's still 40+%.
But just a smidge. They give you an entire glass of beer because it's less alcohol.
But the entire
by volume.
glass is like 5%.
Correct.
Yeah.
If they gave you a glass of whiskey, yeah, I would probably fly the plane. But if they gave me just a little nip of it, it'll be the same drunk as if they gave me a can of beer.
That's not true.
Okay. We don't need to get into this because I don't think we're going to see eye to eye in it, but
No, but
I will
all
show
I'm
you the
saying is
studies.
like-
I will show you the studies
Well,
later.
that's fine, but personally speaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I have 4 shots of tequila, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to want to like drop it like it's hot,
Oh boy.
right? If I'm going to have 4 beers, I can still drive. That's my point.
Okay. I think maybe because no one just does 4 shots of tequila, you're probably also drinking other things.
What are you talking about? Every time we go to the Czech Republic and we hang out with my friends, well, that's not even tequila, it's Slivovice. We keep doing shots like crazy people to the point that my dad shows up at the bar. We don't remember. We're falling down the stairs. We do that stuff.
Okay, we need to keep going.
Okay.
I don't know where we left off,
Me neither.
but let's just say Octavia leaves and they bring in Sonic the Hedgehog. They bring in friend and fellow designer Michael Benz.
The troll.
The troll, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, an electrician who stuck his finger in an outlet.
I mean, I love the color. I don't love how it's styled.
I don't love anything about it. I don't love the person it's on. I don't love the hair itself. I don't love anything about that.
I mean, a friend of mine has blue tips.
On their hair.
Yes.
Okay.
That looks cool.
That's their issue.
You know the friend.
Okay, that's their issue to deal with.
I think that looks cool. But yeah, Michael's a little too...
My body recoils every time he comes on screen. I'm like, he's something about him just
Oh
rubs me the
yeah,
wrong
for
way.
sure. But what's the word? Our new word for wild? He's feral.
Oh, he's feral.
He's
he
so
definitely is. I
feral.
can see him sleeping in a corner of an alley somewhere for sure. So he comes out and Sean asks, hey, you're with the girls, you work with the girls, you work with House 11. Have you been there since day one? And he's like, I was. I believe I was. Sean, I'm on a lot of drugs right now. I don't really remember anything.
Did you hear Sean when Michael? I was gonna do Michael when Michael walked in and
I wish it was that, Michael.
Sean was like, "Very colorful you are."
Who said that, Sean?
Yeah, like very Yoda of her.
Oh.
Very colorful
Oh,
you are.
I missed that.
I was like, "What are you doing, Sean?"
I missed that. Yeah, leave it to Borean to butcher the English language, Sean. So, yeah, Darcey and Stacey are like, oh, we've always been connected with Michael. He's always supported our business, and we've respected each other from day one.
Yes. Didn't they say that Michael sees them as bosses?
I think that's just his
Yeah.
buzzword. Oh, these are bosses. These
Yeah,
are queen
like boss
bitches.
babes.
Yeah, boss babes.
But Michael is their #1 fan.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
He doesn't have the best taste, though, so I don't know if I would want Michael to be the biggest fan, the face of the brand.
I mean, I think he can understand fashion, maybe like a feral fashion.
Okay. You're not saying Pharrell Williams because he's actually got good fashion. You're saying feral.
Feral,
Like
like
a
wild.
feral animal.
Like feral.
Yeah, Pharrell Williams would be a great nickname for Michael.
But yeah, I mean, he definitely has some sense of fashion. Let's not
Yeah, a bad sense
completely
of bad sense of
bash
fashion.
him.
No, he's got bashin'. He's got bashionable fashion. It's terrible. I can't stand it. I don't like this man, but that's
Well,
neither
I
here
don't
nor
like
there.
this man either, but I kind of like the chains he was wearing during this season.
Didn't he change from a chain with a padlock on it to like a crystal? I think that.
Yeah, and there
outfit
was
he was-
also like neon, which I liked.
Oh my God. You're such a Michael fan.
I'm not, but I can see how this crazy feral dude
Yeah.
is in fashion.
Pharrell Williams. That's my new favorite nickname. Okay. So Sean asks Michael how he feels about Stacey and Borean's relationship. And Michael's like, this guy's like me. He's pointing at Borean. This guy's like me, hardworking. He's like me, but in a suit.
He's like, that relationship is so genuine. When did that bromance happen?
I'm so confused because Borean now seems to be Team Michael.
And
Oh,
Borean is the favorite. Everyone loves Borean.
Yeah, but Borean likes Michael, which I don't understand. It's like, oh yeah, I like his energy.
At the end, when Michael was leaving, and we'll get that, the girls were like, oh, we love you, Michael, bye. And Michael was like, we love you, guys. Love you, Florian. He's like, I love you, Michael.
I would never tell you to shush, Michael, understand? Yeah, Michael's trying to set up like a date with Borean during the filming. He's like, oh, we got to get dinner. Me and you, player, bromance.
I think he likes that Borean is there for Stacey. He's there for Darcey. He doesn't play games. Right? So I think Michael, being the bestie of the sisters as he claims to be, he sees it as like, okay, well, this dude is on our side. Like, he's not using Stacey or anything. He's there for her. He shaves her legs. He doesn't have any money in his socks or anywhere else. Like, he's there for Stacey. And I do believe it.
Yeah. No, I know. I like Borean. I'm team Borean. I don't understand why Borean is team Michael. That's the part I don't
We
understand.
also don't know what's happening when they stop filming, right?
Oh, I can only imagine.
So I guess they must have clicked at some point, and they have this little bromance going on.
Sure do. Well, Sean asks if Borean and Stacey not being able to have kids may weigh on the relationship. And I don't know. I honestly don't know why Michael's here. There's really no reason for him to be here, but he just keeps weighing in. They always check in with Michael on Michael's thoughts. And Michael's like, oh, every guy wants to have kids at one point or another, but if you can't do it biologically, there's options. There's always options. Which is true. And Sean asks what's next on the fertility journey for Stacey and Borean. And Stacey's like, I'm blessed with 2 sons already. God willing, we can have a biological child. The odds are slim, but it's not going to break our marriage.
Yeah, and Borean is like, what's meant to be is meant to be. I love Stacey, and I'm here for Stacey. And I'll love Stacey until I die, understand?
I'm going to be with Stacey till the day I'm going to die.
Which is beautiful in a way.
It's just the way he says it.
It's beautiful.
So
I
much
also
beauty.
think that Stacey might go first, but sure.
That's actually a fair point.
I mean, who knows? I don't want to be morbid, but I truly believe that Borean loves Stacey. Because he shows it to us all the time. And not just Stacey, Darcey too. Like, he's just there.
Yeah, he is a big defender of the sisters.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not in it for screen time. He's not in it for fame.
No.
I think he's there. He loves the family. He loves Stacey. He loves the sisters. I think Michael may be there for the screen time, for the Instagram followers. I think Borean is there for real.
This is the first time or the first season we're seeing Michael. So I don't think so.
Oh my God, go to his Instagram.
Really?
Within 9 seconds of him appearing on Darcey and Stacey, his Instagram was like, Michael Benz, character on hit reality show Darcey and Stacey.
Okay, I will take it back.
Immediately updated
He
that.
loves the fame.
He's in it for the clout.
He loves the fame.
Yeah. So then they go back to talking about Georgie.
Classic.
And Sean brings up the barbecue at the beach. And they roll the footage of Michael and Georgie going head to hedgehog. Georgie eventually having enough and leaving the situation. So they're talking about the beach and Georgie leaving. And Michael's like, red flags, bro. Red flags. And Sean asks, okay, whose fault was this fight? Who's at fault for this?
And at this moment, I loved Borean because even more than I love him already, he didn't try to kiss Michael's ass being like, oh no, it was Georgie's fault. He's like, no, it was Michael's fault.
Well, he kind of took both sides. He was kind of towing the line.
Well, Georgie should have been a little cooler.
Yeah,
he could have been like, yeah, I'm grilling, but you know what? Let me sit down and have a beer with you guys. I'm going to keep an eye on the grill. Like, he could have approached it in a nicer way, right?
Yeah.
But Michael was very aggressive. So I almost feel like how that can push someone's buttons.
Oh, completely. And Sean asks if Michael thinks it was his fault at all. And Michael sort of takes responsibility, saying, yeah, I came in hot.
He did.
But Georgie wasn't very welcoming of me. There was no respect. Dudes be pouring drinks on me. Not cool.
So that's what happened off camera. Yeah. And that's sad because I would love to see it.
I know.
Right? Apparently, Georgie wanted to control Darcey's debit card. Darcey, why are you paying with debit cards in the bar? Pay
Why
with a
not?
credit card.
Why
because
not?
if you forget it or if it gets stolen,
No, you don't. You, I guess I was gonna say, don't you need a PIN? But a credit card, someone could. No
yeah, but
one's
it's
checking
easier.
those signatures.
It's easier to get the money back, I think.
Maybe credit card signatures are probably the biggest scam in finance. Like,
What do you mean?
You sign a credit card receipt. No one is checking that signature against anything. My signature changes day to day, especially if I'm drinking.
True.
Just scribbling. That's the biggest fraud ever. Someone could grab your credit card, scribble anything, and it's no safer than a credit card. Or debit card. I will give you. You can probably
But
get it
yeah, it's
back.
I've been doing some research a long time ago, and every finance person says you should be using your credit card and then use your debit card to pay off your credit card.
Well, I think because you build credit.
Yes,
with your
but
credit
also
card.
for security. Because you have limits on your credit card. So even if someone goes crazy, it's easier to go to the bank and explain what happened. Yeah. I've
Little
read
protection.
that. I've
Yeah.
read that, exactly.
Okay. Well, Sean's like, so after all of this, Michael is he's still going to be invited to the wedding.
Well, you didn't let me finish my story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I said, Georgie was trying to take control over Darcey's debit card, and Michael came in to defend Darcey, right? Long story short, apparently Georgie just threw a drink at him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that it was like how in movies the girl always throws the drink in the guy's face.
Yeah.
I've never done it. Looks cool, right? I hope that's what Georgie did.
He's probably trying to wash out that dumb blue dye in his hair. He's probably trying to help out the guy, but instead that thing wouldn't budge. His hair is probably so dyed beyond
I mean,
an
if
inch of
he
its
dumped
life.
a beer, that would help Michael.
Why? How?
Because, people who like punk,
Mm-hmm.
they used to do the spikes with beer.
Really?
Again, like years ago.
What? Mm-hmm. How? Why? Why would beer
'Cause
spike your hair?
Beers get sticky once it dries.
Really?
Well,
You have a weird understanding of alcohol, I think.
I remember my dad told me this, and I researched it too.
And that's real? I mean, I'll take your word on it.
I used to love like punk rock.
Okay.
I never put beer in my hair.
I don't know if that makes much sense, but okay.
My mom puts beer in her hair sometimes as a conditioner,
Oh my
but then
gosh.
she like washes it. So
Okay.
I don't know. I
All
don't
right.
know. Beer has benefits. Let's leave it at that.
Okay, so is Michael going to be invited to the wedding? Darcey says, of course. They were able to make amends after the fight. Okay, so Sean asks if Michael thinks Georgie is in love with Darcey.
And I hope you got this because all I got is that Michael talking about two different kinds of love.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you go.
On one hand, there's, I love you. I'll do some stuff for you.
Okay.
In bed, maybe. I don't know what kind of stuff he's talking about. On the other hand, there's, I'm in love with you and I'll do anything for you and I'll die for you.
But those two loves should go hand in hand.
No, there's should just be the latter.
No. But if
love.
you have
no,
for your partner, what?
No.
You would
One
marry
is I'll
someone
do
you just love?
No. He's saying there's, on one hand, there's love where you'll do some stuff. and on the other hand, there's love where you'll do anything and you'll die. So he thinks Georgie is on the former, just the I
He
will
would do some
I'll
stuff?
do some stuff. He will do some stuff. He will put on a fishnet tank top and walk
he did.
and walk by a pool once or twice, but he will not get a job.
I see.
That's the sort of the difference between the two.
Okay, I see the point.
Understand?
I do.
And Darcey says, I know Georgie has love for me. Sometimes it seems like he wants more for himself. It's really all about him sometimes. And I think that's the issue with Darcey. She feels like she does so much for Georgie. He, on the other hand, does not return that love and that effort.
Or maybe he does, but she doesn't feel it. We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, on this tell-all, he kind of showed us that he's a little asshole. The way
Yeah.
he talked to Darcey, that wasn't cool, right?
Yeah.
But again, we don't know what happens behind closed doors, right?
Wish we did.
I know. We know some of it because some of it is caught on camera.
Yeah, I don't consider that behind closed doors. If there's a camera there,
True.
it's not a closed door. But yeah, she says he loves me, but and sometimes it seems like maybe he loves himself more and he's more in it for himself. Okay, let's take a quick break. I think we need to take a quick break. And when we come back, oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right, we'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Are you ready for this?
I don't know if I
My
am.
only regret about this upcoming segment is that they did not bring these guys in person.
I
And I'm
know.
sure I'm not the only one who's regretting this.
I know.
Borean was offering to pay for plane tickets.
Would have bought round trip tickets for these guys.
Let's get into it. So first, we're going to bring in Jesse, who's joining us on the screen.
Yeah, we don't say goodbye to Michael. I just want to make that clear. For some reason, Michael needs to be there. I don't know why.
That's true.
They
Still
said,
there.
all right, we'll see you later, Octavia. They said, we'll see you later, Father Mike. But
Because
Michael needs to be there.
Michael never met Jesse or Tom.
Right, there's no reason for him to be there. He's a spectator just like any of us. We all have the same right to be there and comment if Michael does.
Well, he can maybe chime in.
Oh, and he does.
Oh, yeah. So first we see this throwback to Jesse bashing Darcey on Bersol. We all saw it, right?
Yep.
So we don't really need to recap, but we're moving from that to Jesse joining, and his opening sentence, he's just so full of himself.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I just want to make sure that Darcey can be happy for me. But it doesn't seem like it. What? Wait a minute. Are you literally... You just talked about yourself without anyone actually asking you.
Right.
What?
Yeah, no, of course. He's
He
completely...
is so full of himself.
We should not be surprised at this point anymore. Borean. This is where Borean just goes off the rails. Because as soon as Jesse opens his mouth, Borean's like, why, you sleep good? You drink the coffee? Why you sleep? How is he talking? Bad day? Understand? I'm like, I don't understand. Borean, I love you, but I don't think anyone understands.
I thought you said, why are you stuck in bed all day?
I thought he said, why you sleep good? You drink the coffee? How he's talking bad today?
And I heard, you sleep good? Are you drinking coffee? Why are you stuck in bed all day?
Maybe. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows because I can type and read subtitles at the same time.
No, I read
Borean.
this. I read the subtitles.
Oh.
They don't make sense.
Okay.
It makes zero sense. And then Borean's like, why are you here? Why are you even here every time to bother my sister-in-law? Excuse. What need to kiss his feet? Borean, I don't understand.
I have to give you a big shout out for actually capturing all this because I couldn't. And we watched it a few times.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Basically, Jesse is just saying, I wish Darcey was happy for me. And Borean is just short-circuiting.
I give Jesse one thing. He is cool as a cucumber.
Oh,
this
yeah.
whole freaking time. He keeps his cool and it brings power. Like, I don't want to give Jesse any power, but it does.
Yeah, he's
It
in
does.
control.
Yes.
Maybe not of the situation, but of himself. And that in its own right is powerful.
Of the situation too at the moment when I think once Tom comes in, he's gonna shine some light on the situation, and I think that's where Jesse's gonna lose his cool a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, like, he is in total control, and poor Borean was just like trying to get it all out. And that's what I was talking about at the beginning. Like he wants to say so much, but he doesn't have the words.
Yeah. Well, then my favorite part of this tell-all, when Borean shushes Jesse.
And then Jesse shushes him back.
Borean's like, shush your mouth with me. Shush your bullshit mouth. And Jesse's like, no, you shush. And then Sean shushes everyone. And they all just be like, okay, all
Out
right.
of control.
You shush. No, you shush. What are we doing here?
And Sean was like, Florian, why are you so fired up?
Yeah. Well, no, Sean asked Michael, like, anything you want to say, Michael? Can you?
Of course.
And Michael's like, Jesse's an asshole. You're delusional about certain conversations. Let it go. And Jesse, with the, well, actually, I think your hair is awesome.
He's like, dude, I think your hair is absolutely awesome. Jesse. He's like,
what?
kissing ass.
No, he's not. He's being sarcastic.
You think so?
Yes, of course.
He needs to work on his sarcastic voice because it doesn't sound.
No,
it
Jesse's
doesn't
got
sound like a sarcastic
Jesse's got
voice.
one tone. I think he was being sarcastic. And he's like, your hair is awesome. I think you're making a good point. There should be no bad blood. I want her to be happy for me. All about me. All about Jesse.
I honestly, I can't believe he added again. Like, I just want her to be happy for me. Wait a minute. This is the Darcey and Stacey tell-all. This is not the Jesse tell-all.
That's a good point because Darcey has not said a word in like 20 minutes.
Like, if Jesse came in and said, I don't want any bad blood. I want, I'm happy for Darcey and I hope she can be happy for me. Yeah, that wouldn't be that bad. But the fact that he turns everything towards him, like, I hope she can be happy for me. Wait, what?
Well, Michael even says, why do you care if she's happy for you? She's moved on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just move on with life. And Borean's like, he just wants more attention. That's why he's here. And I think that's right.
Yeah.
There's no other reason to be there. And there's, to be fair, I'm sure producers reached out and said, hey, you want to come on? There's no reason for either of them to be there.
No,
they were
but
not
it
in
brings
this
the
season.
drama. I feel like they made sure that Jesse and Tom will join.
Tom wasn't in this season. Georgie FaceTimed Jesse for 9 seconds. There was no
Which
reason.
we see the throwback.
Right. They bring it up how Georgie reached out trying to get insight into the past so that he could figure out the future.
Did you watch Darcey's face during this throwback? She, you could see how happy she was that Georgie was just like, oh no, Jesse's full of shit. This doesn't sound like Darcey. She would never cheat. And her face was just like,
yeah.
she was so proud and happy that Georgie wasn't like, oh yeah, I can see that.
All she wants is someone to take her side. All she wants is someone to support her.
And he did at this moment. Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is when Jessie said, oh, I was being played. She was dating Georgie and Tom, or she was dating me and Tom at the same time. And Georgie's not believing it. He's like, no, Jessie, you're lying. You're full of shit. So Sean asked Jessie his feeling about what Georgie said. And Jesse's like, he can feel however he wants. It doesn't affect me. I stand by what I said. I believe what I said. Georgie can think what he wants.
And Borean is back at it again. He's interrupting Jesse. He's like, come here. I pay for a ticket. Come here. Understand?
Face to face. Understand?
And Jesse's like, you don't have anything.
Yeah.
Oh, that was mean.
Yeah, it was so mean. And Borean stands up, approaches the TV, and just starts yelling for Jesse to come talk to him face to face. Borean was all of us watching Darcey and Stacey just screaming at our TVs. We've all been there, Borean.
And then Jesse is being cool as a cucumber, and that was his power move. He's just asking Borean to calm down. Even Michael is asking Borean to calm down in a bromance way.
Ugh. Well, Borean goes, drink your coffee or water or whatever bullshit. And Jesse goes, it's tea. I'm drinking tea and I'm spilling tea.
That was pretty good.
Was it? I thought it was like, oh, how long did you have that plan? Is that why you're drinking tea? Just so you can say you're drinking tea and spilling tea?
You think so?
Oh, yeah. That came out too prepared.
Well, I liked it.
Okay. You would. You thought it was the bomb.
It wasn't the bomb.
It was a minor explosion. But Borean has enough. He storms off set. Michael follows, like the good bromance partner that he is, trying to talk Borean down, telling Borean that Jesse's just a loser. Really, they just wanted a cigarette, I think.
Oh, for sure.
They're probably like, we've been doing this for 9 hours. Can we grab a cigarette? And still, Darcey has said nothing. This entire segment,
right?
This is a Darcey Stacey tell-all. Darcey has said nothing. Stacey has said maybe 3 words.
It's Borean. He is
Borean, yeah.
He is the voice of not reason, but he's the voice of the tell-all.
He's the voice, not the voice of reason. He's the voice of the season. If you told me a year ago that Borean would be carrying the tell-all or carrying the season, I would not.
The season.
He is, just perfect. He is everything we needed for this season.
Totally.
Yeah. So, okay. Stacey tells Sean Borean doesn't like the way Jesse treats them, and that's why he's having a hard time just sitting there and taking it. And Borean and Michael, they finish their cigarette, they head back in. They get there and they move on. Sean tells Jesse Georgie was supposed to be on the tell-all, but he didn't want to come because he didn't want to be attacked. He didn't want all the negativity, which that's what was going to happen. Look at this shit show. And Georgie's not even there.
I'm just laughing because Borean's back at it again.
Yeah, he interrupts. He will not let Jesse say one word. He is so pissed that Jesse is drinking tea or coffee or whatever. And Jesse's just like, I don't understand what you're saying.
And Borean's like, you speak English, understand? You want to come here to clean the ears?
Go to the doctor. They'll clean your ears. Drink your tea, clean your ears. It's unbelievable. I can't get enough.
It's like, come, bro. Come face to face. It's great.
So
it's amazing.
Sean's like, well, if shit wasn't hitting the fan enough already, let's bring in another one of Darcey's exes.
Well, let's bring Tom in. Tom is my favorite Darcey's man.
Your favorite ex of hers?
Well, my favorite overall, like Darcey's experience. I think he suited her the best.
Okay.
And I almost feel like they could have made it work if Darcey was less crazy.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen.
If Darcey was less needy and less, let's get engaged and all that stuff, I believe they could have made it.
Oh, look at Tom's current girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying. They could have made it.
She seems crazy too.
Is she?
I guess I haven't seen really her act. I just see her photos.
Yes. I think Tom was happy with Darcey's looks and everything. I think it was the acting and how she was rushing things, right? And I think that's why it ended. I'm sure there is more into the story. I'm just kind of saying overall how I felt, but I thought that she could have made it work with Tom. If maybe, Tom would have to change a little bit too, obviously. But he was definitely the one out of all her exes that I was like, all right, this could possibly work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to bash Darcey too much, but I think she is the common denominator in all of these failed relationships.
Well, absolutely, because she is the only thing that they have in common.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But Tom is like, he's drinking tequila. I'm loving it.
Boy.
He's like, I'm just the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, he says, well, they bring up the accusation of cheating, of Darcey cheating on Jesse with Tom. And he says, well, maybe we started seeing each other at the tail end of Jesse's relationship. He doesn't really see it as cheating, but Jesse goes, well, that's a form of cheating. And Darcey says, no, Tom was a friend. We knew each other for years. And Tom goes, the definition of cheating would be if you're still going balls deep in her, but you weren't. That's the tequila talking, Tom. Did not expect to hear that come out of your mouth. Maybe that's something Michael would say. Michael would say something like balls deep. Not you, Tom. Not with
I've never
the British
heard
accent.
anyone say that, so maybe it's British.
No, I've heard people say it. I've never heard
Really?
someone with a British yeah, I can't even do it. If you won't go balls deep,
That's pretty good.
maybe if you still got balls deep
I like that.
in her, it'd be
Anything
cheating.
sounds great in British English.
Not balls deep. That's the one
But
thing.
yeah, I mean, I can see it. If we all saw all the craziness that went down between Darcey and Jesse in New York when she, ran out of the cab like, I'm over this. Like, what was that famous line?
You never love or something.
Yeah, you never loved me.
Yeah.
And so if she was chatting with Tom during this, it's not cheating.
No, that relationship was
Plus,
completely fizzled out.
yeah, no, that wasn't cheating. Plus, as she said, Tom's been my friend. So chatting with Tom, not cheating. Especially during a suckish relationship like the one with Jesse. Please.
Yeah, she knew Tom before Jesse,
Yeah.
apparently. And then we learn Georgie reached out to Tom too, but Tom said, it's not my business to talk to
Yes,
Georgie.
Tom.
Yeah.
It shows his age.
Yeah. Tom said, once you move on and are in a happy place, there's no need to go and speak with an ex.
Well said.
What was that? So Sean asks if Jesse regrets talking to Georgie. And Jesse says, well, he told Georgie to figure it out on his own. He's just tried to give some advice to you do you, Georgie. You figure it out.
He loves the screen time.
And Darcey says, I don't care that they talked. The problem is the article that came out the next day about Georgie and Jesse speaking. She thinks Jesse leaked the details of their conversation.
I mean, one of them had to.
Wasn't there a camera crew filming it?
Yes, but it didn't. Well, you think one of the camera crews would?
I just think, why are we so up in arms, Darcey? You were filming it for a reality television show. We were all going to see that you guys spoke.
Yes, but later on.
Okay, 2 months later, it's fine, but we can't find
guess.
out now. I think that's a little, you're trying to make
I think
something
she's
out of
just
nothing.
turning it into like, oh, and Jesse leaked it.
Yeah. Or a producer leaked it, or a camera guy
Yeah.
leaked it, or a sound guy leaked it, or TLC leaked it. Like, it wasn't a private conversation that was leaked. It was a conversation that was being filmed for national television that was leaked.
Yeah, but Jesse has the answer.
Let me
This is flexing this segment.
Let me be clear. I have a beautiful life, a beautiful girlfriend. We're buying a beautiful villa
In Spain.
in Spain.
He loves flexing.
Can't wait for this villa.
Like nothing pisses me more than people who love to flex. It's fine, flex once. I'll be jealous. If you keep flexing, it's just gonna get annoying.
Well, it just shows that you're truly not happy with your life.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Just
yeah.
go enjoy your beautiful girlfriend and your beautiful villa. Why do you sit here and have to tell everyone about it?
Totally.
Just enjoy it. Tom says, at some point, you need to let go, Jesse. You need to draw a line and move forward. And Tom goes, Jesse, you keep coming back like a bad smell.
That was the line of the tell-all. I loved it. I mean, Tom joined the Darcey team, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
think
like everyone against
it's
Jesse and Georgie.
It's everyone versus Jesse and Georgie. And even more so against Jesse. I think, Georgie kind of stayed out of
Yeah.
it for the most part. But apparently Tom reached out to Jesse when Tom was dating Darcey.
After, apparently. So that's what Jesse was saying. Oh, okay, Tom, you're such a hypocrite. You reached out to me. And Tom said, after we broke up with Darcey, I kind of wanted to talk about the aftermath. And
Oh, I thought it was during the relationship.
well, that's what Jesse said. Tom said it was after.
Okay. Well, Sean tries to get the reins of this tell-all because it's going all over the place. And she turns it back to Darcey and brings up when Darcey said, what her exes say about her are worse than what the bullies said about her in school.
And that's very sad because no one wants to hear it, right?
Yeah.
But then Darcey makes a good point saying, it's on social media. My kids read it.
Yeah,
I'm
she-
a mom.
She's a mom. She wants to kind of shield her daughters from being hurt by this negativity. And that's a great point.
It is. But at the same time, no one put Darcey on TV.
Right.
She put herself there.
and let's say it was, I don't know, she didn't know what was to come by going on 90 Day Fiancé. Well, you found out and you decided to go on another season, and then you decided to have a spinoff, and then you decided to have a second season and a third season. So you don't deserve some of the hate you get, but you know the attention.
Oh, yeah. No one deserves the
You're getting.
hate. I mean, okay, some people do. But yeah, she doesn't deserve the hate on social media she apparently is getting. However, she should have had a conversation with her kids, like, just ignore it all. And I'm sure they do now when they're a little older, right?
But you have to take some ownership of the position you're putting yourself
Yeah.
in. You know what's going to come by doing this.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you're not okay with it, if you're not okay with your daughter seeing it, then choose not to have your own reality show. Okay, you're not going to convince the world by going on a tell-all. You're not going to convince people, hey, stop saying mean things. I have a daughter. That's just not the way
Yeah.
the world works.
Absolutely.
But the thing you're in control of is your life. So don't go on TV if it's that much of a problem.
Absolutely.
So Sean asks, of these two men, who have hurt you worse? And without hesitation, Darcey says, Jesse. And Tom tries to kind of be the bigger man. He's like, I disagree. I should have been a better person. I knew Darcey. I should have been a better person.
Yeah. He was like, I knew how hurt she was and I should have been there for her.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to take ownership. And Jesse
Good
goes,
for Tom.
Jesse goes, I feel bad if she's hurt the way she expresses. And I want to apologize and stress that I really want the best for you, Darcey. I hope one day you too have your own villa in Spain. And then you
And a
can
beautiful
tell
girlfriend.
you can tell everyone about it over and over
Yeah.
again.
Darcey accepts the apology, but
Yeah.
I feel like she accepts it just to be done with it. I
Yeah.
don't think she fully accepts. I think she
No.
accepts Tom's.
Yeah.
And she says it later too. She's like, I understand, like Tom's apology was genuine, but Jesse's, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. She accepts. She wants to move on. She wishes Tom and Jesse the best. They say goodbye. Mm-hmm. Michael says goodbye. They all kind of recap a little bit at the end. Borean apologizes for losing control. And the final question is, what's going on with your current living situation? And Darcey says, well, we had to move into Dad's temporarily because rent got jacked up.
Yeah, like she said that the apartment tripled.
Yeah, I don't buy that for a second.
I don't buy in Connecticut.
In Connecticut during COVID, I don't think anyone's tripling your rent.
I mean, I just read an article about how rent prices are skyrocketing in New York City again because they went so
'Cause they
low during the
dipped so
pandemic.
low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, like, they are actually going higher than before. But as New York City,
But 3 times?
it's not Middletown, Connecticut.
Let's say your apartment was $2,000.
Yeah.
You think it's going to go from $2,000 to $6,000?
Absolutely
In
not.
what world? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But I think they had to move to their dad's for whatever reason, whether they wanted to or maybe Darcey wanted more space from Georgie. They moved to dad's, but they're talking about moving to Miami. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's teeing up another season, but there's talk of it. The tell-all ends, or does it? Because we get this on-screen graphic 2 days later. Darcey in her bedroom, self-filming. And she says, when we got back to the hotel room, Georgie just started drama. He was freaking out. And I hit my limit. I had to cut the cord and end it with Georgie.
It's over.
It's done.
And now comes my favorite part.
There's this on-screen graphic that's like says Georgie has moved back to DC and is no longer engaged to Darcey.
It's like an end of a documentary.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like the end credits of Miracle.
I was literally gonna say
Where
that.
it's like,
Stop it.
Jack O'Callahan went on to become a partner at Beanpot Financial Services. Mike Rizione went on to become a motivational speaker. Borean has not stopped shushing people. He believes he's found his true calling. And Darcey and Stacey continue to do it big. I was like, what is this ending?
I laughed so hard. It was great.
It's like set to Aerosmith. It's like, dream on, dream on. It was so good.
But
That's
again,
it.
we saw them in Miami on Instagram. So who knows what's going on? Who knows? I'm hoping there is another season in the works. And
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's a good one.
They're not, here's the thing, they can't just launch into a wedding special because you would have to tie up the loose ends of Darcey and Georgie being
True.
broken up. So I don't just see like, next season, we're planning for the wedding. It doesn't make sense to me. And I can't go back and forth, back, you're hot, you're cold, you're together, you're not. I can't do it.
True. Well,
I mean, I will
we'll
do
see.
it. I will
We'll
do it,
see.
but I just
Of
can't.
course you'll do it because I want to do it.
All right. Well, we'll see. That is it. That is the end of season 3, a 2-part tell-all. Who would have guessed it? Who would have guessed Borean was the all-star,
star.
the star of the season?
What a season,
What a
right?
season. What a season. We've reached the end, as we always do. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the season. Hope you enjoyed the tell-all. It was wild.
Hope you enjoyed the podcast.
Hope you enjoyed the pod. Make sure you guys are following the pod wherever you're listening. So easy to do. Just look down and smash that follow button.
Yeah, smash it like it's as hot as everything about Darcey and Stacey.
Also, make sure you're following us on Instagram at Married3RealityPod. Good times over there. Thank you again for the reviews. We appreciate it. It is our birthday coming up. So if you haven't gotten us anything yet, please, you could leave us a review and that'd be greatly appreciated. we'll unwrap it on the 90-day podcast.
Yes.
We'll read it on the pod. All right. That is it. I've said it all. Have you said it all?
Absolutely.
All right. That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.